Hello and welcome to this week's Assembly, the first Assembly of 2021. I hope you all had a wonderful winter break with your families and are as excited as I am to be back learning at MCDS. Knowing that we would all be remote learners this week, we pre-recorded today's Assembly topic back in December. And Happy New Year, everyone, and have a great week. As we think about the new opportunities with the new year upon us, I thought it would be a great time to think about the IB learner profile of inquirers. Inquirers are people who develop their natural curiosity. They acquire the skills necessary to independently follow their curiosity and conduct inquiry research. They actively enjoy learning. This semester, there are 48 of our high school students who have decided to take advantage of the new Global Online Academy courses in addition to their normal MCDS classes. MCDS is the only high school in Wisconsin with membership in the Global Online Academy, where fascinating courses are taught by teachers from the best independent schools in the country. Courses include such topics as medical problem solving, positive psychology, macroeconomics, fiction writing, intro to legal thinking, computational thinking, and many, many more. We have two such inquirers with us today. Gretchen, can you tell us about the GOA course you've signed up for?
Yeah, I'm taking Introduction to Psychology, and I chose this course because I'm interested in learning about human behavior.
And we also have Isa here with us today. Isa, could you share with us what Global Online Academy class you signed up for?
Yes, of course. I chose to sign up for architecture as my GOA course.
And why did you do that?
I've always been interested in architecture and how people show their creativity through building buildings and stuff. So I thought that was cool. Mr. Brooks, what will you do to become an inquirer in the new year?
Thank you for asking, Isa. Actually, I take a course every year since I've been ahead of school because I want to be reminded what it's like to be a student. So sometimes on Sunday, I'm rushing to get all my homework done, and it reminds me what it's like for our students here at MCDS. So I'll be signing up for another online course next year.
So, what inspired you to become a teacher?
For me, I came to teaching a little bit later in life. I was already in my mid-30s when I decided to start teaching, and it was really having the opportunity to have really great professors in college. And then when I was in graduate school in Philadelphia, I got the chance to teach drawing classes, and I really fell in love with teaching drawing classes to younger students, to middle school and high school age students. And that's when I kind of decided that that's what I wanted to do.
That's really cool. Yeah, what do you do for fun?
So for fun, I am a really big walker. I like to walk. I know that sounds might sound kind of weird, but it's like going for really long walks and just kind of meditating and being able to not have to think about much, something that I really, really enjoy doing. I also create art. That's probably one of the biggest things that I do for fun. It's still really fun for me to create, mostly drawing and painting, but I also make sculptures.
That's awesome. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Puerto Rico, and I went to high school in Dallas, Texas. And then after high school, I moved around to a few different places in the US.
Wow, that's interesting. Who's someone you admire?
So somebody that I admire would be, I'm just going to say my wife, because she's probably the most awesome person I've ever met.
That's really nice. Yeah, and finally, what is your advice for this school year?
So my advice for this school year is to be kind. I think it's something that's really important with all of the changes that we've had this year and things, different stresses of this year. I think that it's really important to just be kind, just be nice to each other. So that's my advice for this year, is just remember to be kind.
What is your favorite art medium to work with and to teach, and why?
That's a good question. My favorite art medium I would call drawing, and the drawing is because what I'm a strong believer in establishing drawing skills first as the fundamental skill to express your initial ideas for the artwork. And that's true for, I would say, any student, any professional artist, is to be able, to have the skill to be able to jot down your thoughts about the projects immediately. And almost up until the end of 14th century, this is when the drawing served as that, as the prerequisite for creating a painting or a mosaic, or let's say an architectural piece. So it was kind of a secondary thing in art world. But after 14th century, when the artists started paying a little bit closer attention to drawing as the art medium, this is when it became more individual and kind of a standalone art medium. And what I also like about drawing is that when you really need to have only a piece of paper or some kind of a surface that you can draw on, and one pencil, so which means that it's a very accessible material to have around and still being able to, like I said earlier, express your initial thoughts.
What is your favorite teaching memory?
I think that one of my favorite memories about my students is when they arrive to their own conclusions, when they're ready to take art risks. I had a former art student who wanted to create an abstract painting using an old door that he found in some kind of garage, I don't know. So he emailed me and asked, "Mr., can I do that?" I said, "Well, that's an interesting idea. You need to measure the doorway in our school building." And he asked, "Why?" I said, "Well, you have to understand, and you have to know, can you actually move the door in and out from the school, so you will be able to work on this project when you want in the school, and if you need to take it home, that you would be able to do it, and to continue working on this project at home." Another example was a student. She decided to use shavings from the pencil, and she created the entire collage based on those shavings. It took her forever, but I think that was one of those rare experiments/experiences that the student can come up with, just even testing your patience and testing the idea, can you resolve this work from A to Z? And again, it was initiated by the students.
This year is special because we're online, and so far, what has been the best thing about teaching online?
It is special, Zoe. You are so right. And what I found special, yes, what I've seen is that when I meet with students during our Zoom classes, and especially when I meet with students individually, how students became more open in discussing their works and their ideas with me. They became more open and were able to take the feedback that they've heard during the class and implement it to improve their works immediately. So it really, this Zoom culture, I would say, it really created almost like a private studio where student and I would work together to help student resolve their ideas for their works.
Tell us about an object in your classroom that has special significance to you.
That would be my grading pen.
When you're not teaching, what do you like to do?
So I do like reading. I like nonfiction pieces to read it. As I got older, I like the truth. I like the history very much, and I enjoyed reading anything about general world history and art history. And I just like to find and see the connections among the events and how one thing contributed to the next event and so on and so forth. So that would be my fun. Thank you so much, Zoe.
Thank you, Miss Taylor.
Hi, I'm Penelope, and I'm going to be interviewing Mrs. Jones. Hello, Mrs. Jones.
Hi, Penelope.
So the first question I have is, what do you do in your job?
Sure. I work in the development and marketing department. So I do all of the events and fundraising for the school, and I get to do lots of fun things. I work with a parent guild, I work with the Alumni Association, and I also do all of the social media for the school as well. So I get to do all the fun stuff at school.
Nice. Second question is, what do you like about working at NCDS?
Sure. What I like most about working at MCDS is all of the people, including the students that I work with. I think that everyone I work with is brilliant and so passionate about education and learning, and everyone is just, we're pursuing the same goal, is just to learn as much as we can, students and teachers included, and administrative staff. And everyone has each other's back at our school, and we all want to watch everyone succeed, and it's just a really fun place, as you know.
Yeah. The next question is, where did you grow up?
Sure. I grew up in Indiana, so you could probably call me Indiana Jones.
The next question is, do you have a pet, and tell me about your pet?
Sure. I have 3 dogs, and our newest pet is Brewster, a puppy, and he's so cute. He has his own Instagram page.
So what do you like to do for fun?
For fun, I like to spend time with my family and watch movies and read books. And my favorite thing is spending time at the beach or watching my kids do their activities. Rocco play basketball or Ruby dance.
That's really cool. And then the last question I have is, what was your favorite childhood book?
Sure. When I was in grade school, I went to a small Catholic grade school, and our favorite series that we always fought over were the Happy Hollister Mysteries. And I recently tracked some down because I thought I should have some, because they were such a big part of my childhood. And I read them again, and they're terrible. I don't recommend them.
And now it's time for birthdays. Happy birthday to these early January birthdays. Jack, Robert, Max, Birka, Sully, Ria, Noah, Niall, Lucas. Happy birthday and have a great week, everyone.